up, student nation? Mr. Nation, and to my players. Welcome to the NayFul podcast. Episode 20.
20 what?
Yeah?
Episode 20 what?
We're not going to say which episode.
episode.
Yeah. It's just a NayFul podcast. Until
You see the thing I said about the name?
Yeah.
Now it makes sense.
Okay, we'll figure it out, man. But yeah, man, welcome to the NayFul podcast. I am here with Ubuhle Siwu, which is a co-host. We also have another co-host, Mr. Tobani Vumindaba. One guy one lost the Mr. Tobani
Mr. T.
Yeah.
Kawanala hairstyle futhi ka Mr. T. Do you remember the
I don't watch TV.
It was back in the day, man. Mr. Oh, the 18. But there was Mr. T, a black guy who
ATM, into Zakdala?
Yeah,
Was into Zakdala as even I don't even remember properly the ATM. What?
yeah, like SABC 3, no MacGyver.
10 was Zakdala.
That's a Mughal SABC 3.
Yeah? Then ngabena TV shame. You're one of those abantwana bafika bayohlala kwemnyimizi.
Yeah, no.
Because you're there.
Nah, you manage to
that's good times.
You plating ads, you're managing.
Movie kodwa kamnandi bona ungiyava ivumba kuyaphekwa apha and lizohamba kwangubo. Otherwise unjani ubhisa qala ngawe dances ngobra.
I'm good. Yazi njengoba uthetha.
Yeah.
Uthi Nhleno Obuhle. A part of me was like ayibo kumalo. Like dingu baby. I don't know, there's something about having two names. Sometimes ufilishe linye igama uqonda oh today I feel like I'm baby. Today I feel like baby. Or someone will say baby kum qonda mna baby wakho yintoni ngo. So igama lam
Suhlekisa.
Sihlekisa omnye wena so amuse omnye.
Yo. That's good. No excited.
Angomdo right shame. But I'm good, man.
Yeah.
I'm good. It's been a crazy week, but we're here. It's a new week, actually. So yeah.
The other week was
it was hectic,
wild.
but this week is beautiful. Seems like it's gonna be a great week.
Yeah. But Toms.
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's still my birthday month, so I have to be good.
Let's go.
I am very good.
Wait, are you a Virgo?
Leo. No,
Oh,
I'm a Leo.
okay.
Leo.
After cancer kulandele ba.
And I know yazi. And it's
I don't know, bro.
Who you know?
Guess. I'll guess.
Lesbian.
You're so true.
It's that sign, bro.
Oh, sorry.
How did we get there?
It's star sign. We're talking about star signs. According to Mr. NayFul himself, there's a new star sign. It's lesbian. So
I
You're Aquarius.
They are talking on TikTok. Every time you video, you get 100K, you get 50K. You put the comment.
You're controversial, man.
You low bra.
Who uses that word? No, but I'm a Pisces. I don't know much about Easter signs, but it seems like Pisces is the least problematic. I've never heard anything too problematic about
So you
Pisces.
believe in those?
Not really. I don't know. I don't know much about it, but I feel like ziyakwazi by outline
What?
a trend.
Have you ever read those?
I read them, and there were many times where I felt like, damn, this is me. Like I get this.
Try doing this to someone else who has never read his star signs. Tate gamale star signs, yeah, can and then umnike a description from a different star sign. Probably. Maybe 7 out of 10 people will say, this
is me.
Because those things are always vague. There's always something that you're going to pick up. Woman,
That's me. But like, I don't know why.
That's me. That's me.
But that's me now, as in that's me. Can't find the horoscope. Yeah. If I read a horoscope about a Pisces, I'm always left thinking, damn. No, but kukho abantu who take it so seriously, and it fascinates me because kukho abantu mnaxela yo andimudi akalo ndi Aries.
Yeah.
You know, it went from I'm moody because I'm on my periods to I'm moody because
Yeah.
That's because of
I'm a Pisces. Yeah. So it fascinates me, and I think I want to learn more about the astrology.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know.
How are you?
Nah. Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Abantu abangicelanga ubuzwa.
You know.
Hey, he's like, what? He was shocked.
So,
What is going on
It's shocking
right now?
when you're not used to things, and all of a sudden, how are you?
Yo.
I'm so sorry.
Yo, I'm
you were so
fine.
traumatized in your life
fine.
that, I never asked you how you are.
I know.
We care, we love you. If you want to talk.
I'm the one that's asking people. So and the thing I think, but so now I have to say, but I had a crazy week. I had a crazy week.
What happened?
You always have crazy weeks.
Yeah. You're probably crazy. You
Always.
could say now you're a crazy person.
Yeah, I think I qualify as a crazy person because
What happened?
What happened?
no man, it's just I got nothing much. Yes, like also we were supposed to be out of town. No tops. But the negotiations did not go well. Yabo? We were supposed to go for a young.
Okay.
Yeah. But negotiations did not go well. So then I could not plan this week. Yabo? So in on the fixated by hamba and this is it is pelele for massive. Eventually spelling hamb. So goalless, beginning komgqibelo.
Yeah, I'm Kabel.
Komgqibelo ekseni. I took that clip that we did. So okay, just a backstory. That was the third episode no Obuhle. The first one zange record.
Oh, we
and then the
short.
second and I don't know what happened to the second one. But that was that was the third one where nayo science make me say poster Sunday, this coming Sunday. But because most of the things that we talked about, Payana, are outdated
Dated,
because
yeah.
we were talking about current affairs. So that's why. So we have this portion, we have this I'm from the segment.
Part of the show.
Yeah.
We like to include current affairs, things that are happening.
No, I'm just saying, man, there's gonna be as Yana episode says kubekeka with ababandu individually. Yeah. Sometimes in the interview someone on and then we'll drop same thing same thing, all it's just that we also have this one. We've engaged with the three of us and realized, you know what, we can add this part on the podcast.
Yeah.
Also, we are trying to raise numbers so that we can get to 1,000, eventually 10,000, and so on and
Roads
so on.
leading to
So
1,000.
now, kind of poster like clip. So I watched that. I watched that clip and then I laughed, because when they shocked but then I'm on TikTok.
TikToks, people on TikTok are wild.
If
And they're very
alpha
funny.
ulapha uyalila ndiyathukwa dilapha mna nawe ndiyahleka ndiyathukwa so
But too excited.
Excited?
But too excited. Too excited.
hey umbhexeshi
Umbhexeshi
inqubo kuthele hleka isidala nje
I don't know, man.
yabo so I don't know man but I don't want to there's criticism ephambene ne then there's constructive criticism whereby Umdu says I think on the next one try to do this and this and this yabo on the next one do this because you can't say ngoku thula sathula njani sephuma video olohlobo okanye uthethe into ezithenteni yabo because napha kula nto njani hayi siyathukwa pha soyi-3 ke ngoku because I can't thethe
Talk 10 go.
kuthiwa into njani ayinalilidwenise ne-virginity uyakwazi uhamba uyothatha
Basically, how is it that you don't know?
I so wish that we could have someone who's coming.
Who's gonna
knowledgeable
explain these
about
things?
Yeah. Because
That's valid.
one of the things that I found, because let's make an example about Imbeleko.
Yeah.
Many people now, it has become common knowledge because mangala ndizibuza yintoni le nto yembeleko. I remember just before ndiye ku-initiation school buzwa ngento yembeleko, but fortunately azingena ezo nto ezo because I'm saved and kwangela xesha nasenzini kwakukhonza. Right?
Curse.
So esikolweni our Xhosa teacher actually explained it to us.
Yeah.
But no, yazi uba imbeleko isuka phi?
Isuka.
Isukela kwixesha lakudala.
Yeah.
Umntana xa esandozalwa
Yeah.
wayengabi nalo ibhayi.
Okay.
Njengokukho amabhayi obeleka.
Sure.
So xaba ke kwakuxhelwa into ebhokhwe sinobaboya soft and everything. So wayixhelelwa yona not as isiko.
Okay.
So it was a utility yayisetyenziswa kuxhelwe obviously ayizulahlwa ke la nyama. So kuthathwe ke ngoku elafele ebe into yokubeleka ngayo umntana, hence imbeleko. You know. So thina ngokuthi uba uthi before yesuthwini omnyathi ezawutshata kuthiwa uzakwenza imbeleko uzobelekwa njani?
That is so rich, bro. Yeah, also I think not just about imbeleko, yazi guys. Kuzotho excited. Kuzotho excited. Curb the enthusiasm, but I think not just where imbeleko is related. I think there's so much that we do not understand, especially mna as the 2000 about the Xhosa traditions. You know, there's so many traditions. Jonga, actually, the history and
what is happening now
exactly is not the same. You know, so kungamnandi uthetha nomuntu owazi isiXhosa nokuba izinto zakwaXhosa.
Because the thing is, izinto ngoku siye sazenza izinto that were done and then they ended up becoming tradition kuba zisenziwa out of their utility. Osizijike sazenza amasiko.
Something.
Yabo.
Yo isiko. Yo,
it's like isiko culture.
No.
The rituals.
I'm sayiphendula on kuthiwa ntoni nje sayibetha phezulu.
Okay.
Washa.
Isiko when Nike Prof and many people xa bethetha ngesiko bathetha about something that is spiritual.
Sure.
Right, kwenza umsebenzi apho kumhlawumbe kuzawuqhunyiswa nempepho kuthethwe nabantu abaphantsi kuxhelwe and everything. Isiko
Isithethe
yilanto custom. Like a custom, like into eqhelekileyo eyenziwayo sisithethe salapha ekhaya is. It doesn't have to be something that is spiritual. Like let me make an example again. Usinazo isithethe. I'm gonna make an example about myself. Ekhaya endlini 9 o'clock. Pofman at 9 o'clock. But before silalo, tandas all together. Sisithethe is, yeah.
Okay.
But it's again, izinto ezininzi we siyazidibanisa ngokisithethe isiko tradition sibethe be into eyi-one.
Ilobola into.
Bro, I think we really need to talk about these things.
So I think
and that's mehluko between tradition and culture. There's a lady I have in mind.
We have the fourth one who's going to be sitting somewhere. So you have a fourth.
Exactly. That would be very nice. So that we can properly understand away from the aspect of ukuba lisiko, but to understand some of the things the seasons as amaXhosa okanye abantu abamnyama ukuba okay zisukele entweni ethile okay ke ya evolve ke after some time yaphela ke iba lisiko because ngoku imbeleko lisiko it's no longer into yoba mhlawumbi sisithethe senziwayo kuba ke kudingeka into yoba umntana abeleko seyilisiko ngoku.
And you said something.
That's why before chat,
something spiritual now. Exactly.
Spiritual. I really do believe that, like some of the things that we practice, or rather some of the things that we do, because I practice practicing witchcraft. But anyways, some of the things. The joke works. The joke. But anyways, you know, some of the things that we practice, they're very spiritual. It's like landokuthiwa suitya inyama yembeleko ungayenzelwanga imbeleko. I had that experience ndatya inyama uyava embelekweni. I did not know about it, but ndagula. like nakugula.
Ukugula kuba uyazi babe kuthiwa
I
suyitya
didn't
okanye
know. I didn't-
uqalelwe so uyityile ba wathi inyama embeleko.
Ndagula kwathiwa hayibo uguliswe ntoni yabo ndabenda kuthiwa utye inyama embeleko. And I was like, what?
Kutsho ba
My aunt, my aunt was like, "Hey, kaloku wena utye inyama embeleko." You know, and zangu yenzela imbeleko. And then
well,
I
because
remember
now
last
it has
time benbuza
become
mama
something
nzayenzelwa
that is
nini imbeleko.
spiritual.
But mama uyapapa.
Exactly, because now it's something that is spiritual. Because kaloku if ibe into nje bisenziwa ke out of the utility of it, anyone can angayitya la nyama ayinamsebenzi.
And besides lonto awukhuzive wena lento kuthiwa kukho inyama ongakwazi uzitya mhlawumbi umsebenzi othile awukwazi utya inyama ethile.
utsiki.
Ayinayi bra. Utya inyama nto cooking.
Utsiki inyama.
Wena utsiki.
Ndanoyazi futhi. Ngeluva nje abantu kusithiwa utyisa utsiki emva komnyango.
Hayi inyama ethile ethathwayo nantsikeni iyo nekunantsika plus namas.
Do you want to get married?
Mna? Yeah.
Why?
Aibo, I've been with my girlfriend for ixesha elininzi kakhulu. It's only right that we get married.
So you don't plan on leaving her?
What? What?
Like,
What has happened?
Aibo.
No, not in a bad way. You know, you
I
feel
don't
like
think there's
without
anyone
her
that
knowing.
plans. A man. I don't think that a man plans. Do you think a man plans?
No, I don't.
No,
think-
I don't
think a
also
man
think it's
plans.
about planning, but ikona lando, you are with someone, but you know that this is not someone I'd like to be with
That's
forever.
wrong though.
It is wrong, but it happens. Just because it's wrong doesn't mean it doesn't happen. Yakwazi uba nomntu. I'm not talking from experience. I don't like the look I've been.
We didn't. No one said anything.
No, the look Bro Toms gave me
Nobody
was
said
just like
nothing.
the look he gave me was like, hey, asiyazi lo nto mhlawumbi ndiyayazi. Iba khona laa nto where you're with someone and you know for certain that I'm with this person now, but I don't see myself being with this person in the future, right?
But you know, I think it comes full circle. Go to one of the things ND. What's the point of dating?
What is the point of dating?
What is the point of dating?
What is the point of dating? It's vibes, guys. It's totally vibes. I'm kidding, man.
I think number one is sexual pressure. Just people need to have sex.
What of those people who
I have
date
a problem
without
with
sex?
the
Because
word
I have
need.
people who I know who date without sex.
Huh?
You can live without sex.
Yeah. Nam enzocho. That
Want
there are
to have
people
sex,
I know
okay, people want to
who
have sex.
live.
Okay.
But why are we horny if we don't need to have sex?
Iteni.
Like, why do we wake up?
You can't say people are dating because they need
need.
to have sex. It's not a need, it's a want.
Okay. Abanye abantu umuntu uyazibona uye uthi nawe xa une 2 years ungenamntu kuthi you need someone.
I don't know about that.
Oh, okay, someone. And this
Asiyazi lo nto thina.
Don't know about
We don't
those
know about that because I feel like there's no pressure to dating. There shouldn't be any pressure to dating.
It shouldn't be no. What it is right now is two different things. Because
But
I think
kaloku-
unyanisile NayFul galante ethetha uba, and it's not like applied pressure, but it's ilanto yokuba like even if
It's
Zunjita.
unsaid pressure, it's there. You just know it's there. Even
yes,
though
but kuthiwa esishumane le.
Yeah.
Kunini zange sayibona noyibona ingenisa or things like that.
that.
doesn't it come
Would
from the
you feel
fact
about
that you
sometimes-
get so used to dating that when you don't date anymore, it feels weird because you're used to it. I think of
Even
abantu who
before
are
you
single.
start, even before kuthiwa you get into the dating. About what?
Men,
Bible
no man is
doesn't
supposed
talk
to be
about
alone.
Dating, it talks about to
It's
chat.
It's not good for a man to
Ukuba
be alone.
indoda ibe yodwa. Kuthibhekile ngithombe. So then we are social creatures, Tina, as a people, yabo.
Akulunganga.
Hayi thibhekile. Ewe ungathi that's one of the questions that I have on I wanted to put on the thingy on this thing ne, is into yobana iminyaka most yamadoda angafuna utshata ne.
Yeah.
Okay, angekatshati like mna Nantsika imali yabo, like it's not a matter of a decorate.
Love.
I don't think a decorate okanye nama decorate. It's a matter of mali. but ke ngoku okokoko nandithetha loo nto since 2015 yabo ma andikabi nayo imali ngoku ngu-20 bani ngoku kwabetha 2025 in 2 years 10 years
You've been with someone since 2015?
Not really kaloku senditsho bana I've been saying bana andifuna uthetha ngenanto since 2015 yabo I've been at the age since 2015 of the age ndikhule ndisithi ndiba uluthetha ngayo it's been that age since 2015 but still imali andikabi nayo now what happens when imali ndiyifumana ndina 47 mhlambi
Then get married
then I look for a wife and I want to get married because mhlawumbe umntana abantu lo naye akazofuna ulinda that long mhlawumbe ukhona omnye umuntu already yena onayo nemali now I meet a 23-year-old mna 48 do you think that 23-year-old should marry should get married to a 47-year-old?
I think this is a age difference conversation, and now I've got my strict views about it, right? I remember when I started dating, I had like an age limit that my sister is about 5 years older than me.
Sure.
And there's no ways I'm ever dating anyone who is my sister's age. And why is that? Because I look at my sister and I look at me and I look at the difference. I'm just like, where my sister is, experience-wise, just everywhere. It's totally different. Do you get what I mean? And even now, at a point where I could say, okay, Jong, I'm working, you know, I can make myself money. Still, when I look at my sister and I look at me, I'm very immature where my sister is concerned. She's like 5 years older than me. Yabo, naye xa ibona mna ubona umntana, not ngehlobo ba uyandelela, but ndingumntana nyani. So dating someone who's my sister's age
or above
my sister's age,
no-go area.
It's a no-go area for me. I don't want anyone who's 5 years older than me.
No, but yes.
A year young, a few months.
Younger than you?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that's it.
What's your view?
And it's even worse when going younger. I don't want to date anyone who's 2 years younger than me. You can't be 2 years younger. Because also if you're 2 years younger than me, now it means you're a teenager. And I can't. Yeah. I can't be dating 19-year-olds and
I want to hear your view.
When you think it's fine? I think we are swama kante 5 years. I would OB. Oben is Bonello 15 years.
Man. Like jonga pha endlini yabo sewaninzi kakhulu pha endlini.
Yeah.
Umncwi una 26 umncwi. Kuze uMihlali.
Yeah.
Una 22. Kuze uHlumelo. I think una 20. Kuze uHlanga ona 17.
It's my age, mate.
Uhlanga ona 17. If ndingaza nomntana ona 17, uHlanga stop saying booty kum. If ndiza nomntana ona 20, uHlumelo stop saying booty kum. If ndiza nomntana ona 21, uMihlali stop saying booty kum. Same thing nakumncwi. So I've always had just that limit.
Similar.
Limit of bana. If ndiza nentanga kamncwi, then akazothi sisi uzambiza ngegama. Then eventually anything can happen.
And I think actually that's another conversation.
Yeah.
Because Galoko, Napo, this is my belief. But again, it is on a completely different level because now we're not talking about dating.
Yeah.
Because and Katali, we're going to talk about the age gap thing.
Sure.
But if Ndinendwana Ascension and they share in 5 years,
Yeah.
and I happen to get married to a lady that is 5 years younger than me, noba kuthiwa intanga yakhe, akayintanga yakhe wants to get married to me.
That's it.
Ngenxa
That's another
No.
thing because ungumlingani kabhuti wakhe.
Yeah, exactly.
Ungumlingani kabhuti
We are
wakhe. They become
counterparts.
one. They
So
become
the
one.
minute that we
They
get
literally
married,
become
Okay,
one.
why bhuti wakhe ngehli nje xa engumlingani?
no.
Yabona le way ndithetha ngayo iya kule nto ye-soul ties. Why soul ties zithatha into embi nje? Kuthiwe hayi ifundo nizawuthatha
But I
amadimoni
call
wakhe.
it's not even
We're
a
going to
matter
go
of
there.
that. Okay, but it's not even that. Funa umphendula kule nto uthi why wena ungehli?
Yeah.
Ungubhuti wami, and like that's literally it. Ungubhuti wakhe. uzawukwehla because ndidate umuntu who's younger now ndingubhuti wakho ndikhule ndingubhuti wakho uthi izenzo zami zithi bhuti kuwe why now should I
Accuse myself.
Yeah.
and it's back to this thing that you just said guys are always on some most men right most men are always on some no but like exception so and so but when you're not like other girls when they date you know they choose to date someone younger than them so you'll find a guy I'll say the guy's like 20 26 dating an 18-year-old right as in your 18-year-olds the immature like guy but this one girl is different than any other girl to a point where a 26-year-old dating an 18-year-old in my view shouldn't be happening.
Abazali, ukhona umuntu athi wena ndatshata ndina 22.
It doesn't make it right. It doesn't. My mom and my dad, okay, but they met besebebadala. No, I was gonna say my mom and my dad have a very like weird age gap, but also they met when my mom was over 30. So
which the question can deny you, bana when I'm saying,
it becomes a totally different argument when you already are an adult, but an 18-year-old is an 18-year-old. You're like 27. You're an adult. They're still a child. It becomes totally different.
There are those nuances.
Yes, there's a nuance. Kukhona la nto uqonda okay, hayi lena. Hey, yabo.
Uyiphila no policy your data na uba makuthiweni makungathwani.
No, before we go to policy, Usa, you were finishing your thought.
On what?
Don't I live?
Abazali.
Yeah?
Ubusitha abazali.
Bathini?
Nabo.
No, because I interjected on this thing, your age difference, and you were saying that, so you've always been mindful of the fact that you don't want to bring home
someone who's going to be the same age as them.
Yeah, see, Kabila, I thought I was saying something. Yeah, sorry. See, Kabila,
the full question was that to this person who is getting older.
Oh yeah. So I was saying, I'm this age. I am 23 years old. I want to get married, but
feel like I'm coffee yet.
Then didn't 47. Now I'm realizing hey anabantwana okhona ndifuna imali yothatha ngodina 23 but ayihlangane imali enough for uba mandithathe yabo so now ndiza kuwe ke ngoku you're 23 wena mna 47 ndithi I want us to get married.
That's actually a fair estimate
so that I can have a child and start a family. I'm 47 now you're 23. Ithini response yakho?
My response is hell no.
Why?
Because at 23, man, I'm not fully adult to be with a 47-year-old man.
I like that.
Okay.
Like I'm still a child. Like what you're looking for at 47 is not the same thing I'm looking for at 23. Ufunu chata wena for stability. Not that I don't want stability. I'm still trying to figure out what stability looks like for me. I'm still trying. Ndifuna eklabhini mna 23. Because I'm in my 20s ndidlubusha bami wena ufuna umfazi ozawufika esendlini apheke enze zonke izinto. I can't be that for you because at 23 I'm still trying to find myself and navigate stability. What if it's unblessed uniphi imali?
Like if ndithatha amali kaloku
Wena uthi kaloku imali zayifumana at 47.
Umuntu obesithi ufuna uchata since 23 but now uyayibona at 43 ayidihlangane le mali so I might as well because now time is running out for me and I want to start a family.
I don't even have a kid.
And now komntana.
Like 50 ngokanamda.
At 23 you still want a kid kwa 43. No, our lives and the plans for our lives are completely different. They don't align. They don't align. Kubone ukuyithinga xa inemali qona.
Because to retirement ngezwe sikhathi. Umntana uzathi na 14 they retire. Even that,
even that, you kubone the roles where parenting is concerned udiniwe awudinwanga nje kukhulisa udinwe age yakho you are literally worn out.
But there's nothing wrong because jonga why abantu besisa abantwana komakhulu babo nje Grandparents
so
zabo.
uyayithetha le nto uba basically utshata umakhulu wakho.
He didn't see that coming.
So uthi why abantwana bezisa abantwana bakumakhulu wabo, so you admit that at 47 ungumakhulu womntwana 23.
Dithi kaloku xa usithi wena you are worn out age, why ke ngoku abazukulwana bemitha bathi hayi umntana uzawukhulela kwamakhulu nonza yospana?
I don't think there's anyone who does that. Benayo lenye indlela uyava funeke yospana. There's no one who would say I'd rather have my child live with with my mother if they could. No one wants to live to not live with a child basically. The exceptions oba uyaphangelwa kufuneka ndimkile, but if bendine means ndinendlu ndinanto zam abantwana bam bazawuhlala nam, I think that's every parent.
And I do want to say there's obviously exceptions to the rule. And for people that it's a terrible thing. Once you speak about the exception to the rule, everyone starts feeling like
They are the exception. Yeah, that's true. Like I could do it.
But really, I don't think it's advisable.
Yeah.
It's
unless
he plays like
even in that case, because I've read so many stories and I've heard so many stories, and sometimes like sisters in Christ telling stories of when they've gotten married, and talk about the power balance in the relationship. I back on too, because lomtu like if mhlambi, imagine how many years if we are 23 and you want to get married, 47. That's how many years?
33, 43, that's 20 years already.
Imagine.
Then you're plus 4, 24 years.
The power balance is sometimes for some
time
people
you were born,
it becomes
had
off,
a life of their own.
And now there's a lot that just doesn't match up. So really, I don't think it's advisable, man.
Yeah.
And especially in this world that we're living in, where we see the sense of entitlement over these young ladies. Also no sugar date abanayo, because I own you once ndikunikeza imali engaka, which sometimes becomes eyonanto that is lucrative. Sometimes go sister betha qomba uzawufumana allowance ye 20k. But wouldn't
you then say bana Isthembu could qualify for those guys if you una imali and you are 47 and you want to have a family? So it would be better you take 4 wives. What
do we mean by that?
By Isthembu, still, are we still including the 47-year-old marrying the 23, or are you just talking about? No. Again, it's still a thing, because remember, ngoku Isthembu, if umnandi ngumfazi wakho wesibini, anchati wena wedwa anchata nomfazi wakho wokuqala, as much as we hate to admit it, or as much as into engathethwayo, I feel like xa nditshata wena una umfazi nditshata naye, because
what do you mean?
You are in this union nomfazi wakho wokuqala. Niyathetha. Xa usenza decision ngama awuyenzi wedwa, uyenza naye.
Okay, before the marriage. Nasemtshatweni awuzothetha nam kha ungathethi naye. Ngumfazi omkhulu. Do you get what I mean? So icinge, here's a 47-year-old. Here's a 47-year-old umuntu ongumama. Uchate a 23-year-old.
Mama akho lowa.
Uthini xa ethetha nomfazi wakho wesithathu? Elingana nomntana wakho naye. What's the conversation? What's the conversation? And again, if now make her like the emphasis on that, when you get married, when ungena kusthembu, awuchati the husband car, you also marry the people who are in the marriage with the husband. Yabo? Because they're like nyangokola mastalapho. You've got your assets, but they're not yours alone. They're like shared assets. Yabo? The decisions that you make, you don't make them alone, and you don't just make them with me. There's someone else. I could want something, but I have to and you have to make sure that that one is also willing. And if that one is not willing, then it becomes a hassle. Even if necessarily if bentete nawe ekhaya ibingezoba hassle yabo. So awuchati umyeni wakho qha, you also get married to the other marriages. So it's like a marriage within marriages.
You said something about is it better now? What do you mean by better?
Better for the goal. Like if your goal is to have kids, and if you bloom up late, like those are to blow late, is it not better to just take 3 wives, impregnate all 3, and then have 3 kids instead of waiting for one person to fall pregnant, and then
chances are
a probability
they might never.
Can't out 3 wives. Boom, 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 boom. Is this why I'm by 3, and then they younger
nalapho say probability, because you can never be sure. It's not even guaranteed that naba by 3. No, by 3 banga. Or by 3.
So why do people get married?
That's what I was asking you. Why do you want to get married? Why do you
let's
want
ask
to get
him.
married?
So we are talking. Why do you want to get married?
No, I'm still stuck on the other idea of it's terrible. Like, for me, the idea is so wrong on so many levels. It's really so wrong on so many levels. But yes, why do I want to get married?
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to have a life companion. Someone that I can share my life with. Like, someone who I know, this is my ride or die. We do everything together. We serve the Lord together. We, build a legacy. Because fundamentally, I believe that it's even written in the Bible, so especially as a Christian, I believe that one of the things that we should not run away from is creating family legacies that are built on Christian values, especially in such a time as this. So, that's why.
You could have never topped that. I don't know why this is personal, but hey, on that note, kids. Okay, I was about to ask, do you want to have children? And if you already have children, do you want more?
I don't want another one. I'm right, do you want? I don't want another. I'm the grand.
You definitely want kids. You definitely want kids.
Yes, I do.
Also, one experience you want now. Uzawufika ke ngokulo yi1
athi nyandi grand
lawo yozala somdala
cut off yam ngu1 kanye lo
uright umntana
nje it's a sub to take notes 1 cela umntana oyi1 kuthiwa take notes
yo kanti yena seyiziplanele 4 bana wathi umzalwane ba umuntu inhlinge 2 esaqala athi sacima mfana bophinde yatry inhlinge enye 2 othuke bawene 4 athi sathi ukonde mastry kokugqibela kuthi grade 3.
Do you know that thing where you ask a question but like low key you want people to ask
so you
this whole time
and no one is coming to you like, and you
I'm just like, hey, yes, Brazzy.
When do you want to get married?
Not married, no. Yo.
Ready for umbuzo nje.
Kids. Oh. No, I don't want kids. No.
No, but I'm curious.
I don't know why. I should want
what's
kids.
your take on marriage? Why?
I think a few years ago, I would have said no, I don't want to get married. But the more cool, I'm just again realizing what's the purpose of then dating outside of umchato,
What's the purpose of being inside umchato?
It's like he said,
like
companionship. Because I feel like
yeah.
By excited.
So excited.
Sure.
I think that when you date,
yeah,
you get to a point where your relationships are not necessarily meaningful, but not necessarily meaningless, but uphuma kule ungena kule uphuma kule ungena kulena because akukho nto ekubindayo akukho nto ethi you need to
Exactly.
commit akukho nto ethi hlala because
For
I'm
vibes,
not married
basically.
it becomes vibes even if that is not what you like initially wanted but ixesha lihamba it becomes that so with marriage it's you taking a decision like I want to
Right,
say
it's a vow.
permanently.
It's literally a vow.
It's you saying, yabona ke ngoku companion yam lena. But xa ndidate, I'm just like, wethu, if uyandiqhela lo mntu, phelile lo companionship
And block.
asambe. Yeah, yabo. But if I'm married to you, I understand that, okay.
Unblock
I
it.
said,
And the other thing, you know, I once listened to a video got Jordan Peterson. I said to her, the other thing about it, I think it also gives that sense of comfort.
Yeah.
Because both of us, we are not the best people.
Yep.
So now, if I know you are not going anywhere, and I also know I'm not going anywhere,
But
Even
you
if-
can go anywhere ngokutshatile.
no, kaloku,
But it's
I
not-
mean,
it's
like
not as-
a true vow.
Yeah.
If both of us have
Yeah.
really committed to the vow,
Yeah.
then that means we're not going anywhere. So then it gives even that safety net of vulnerability. You go, okay, now we can, because I know ukuthi you can be able to take me as I am, and of course not as I am and then iphelele apho, but also be able to help me to become a better person. Because sometimes we can,
Yeah.
we can, nobody's ukwenzeka consciously lanto, but you can hold back. Kuba uqomba, hayi ngowesithathana
Isithathana,
nalo
yeah.
mntu lo, you know.
True,
So
that is
even
true.
lanto yokuba you actively want to seek out the best out of this person.
that is another important
Xa
one. That is
inzima,
another important
kuba
one.
uqomba uzawuhamba, uqomba, hayi wethu, I don't need to invest this much.
I was saying this to someone that when I date again, there's no giving my all. There's no me going out there and being vulnerable because how sure am I that lo mntu uzohlala? Do you
So
get what
how
I
will
mean?
you get sure that lo mntu uzohlala?
Sayibona phambili.
Then
Sizoyibona. Kaloku, it goes back to what he said. But with marriage, you understand that jonga, asibona phambili, sayibona phambili, right? So if I get to a point where I figure that this person is not someone I'm gonna marry, yabo, then ndiyayiqonda ke ngoku iwes, but I'm not dating now. There's no need to date if asochata ngoku. Ndiyawudate when I'm 25. Cameras, where are you?
nanti ngayitsho ngoku.
If it's not married, yo man ngathethi into eziro.
Because LP kaloku
Because we're going to
ukancile.
come back and say,
Hey.
City episode, don't do it.
Hey,
I go back to
that is so true.
2023.
But nyani, it's
Nam ndoyika le nto ndiyithethayo
it's
umntana
really
oyi-one.
traumatizing, Lendo Pratobs. It's really traumatizing the idea of giving yourself all of you to someone and for someone to leave. It's traumatizing. Utuhleli konde, oh my God, I really put myself out there. I put my heart out there. I invested so much of me in this only for it to. But with marriage, safety net, because you know that this person, nalikali waqonda mandiyo.
No matter how much we can look down and denigrate the institution of
Yeah.
marriage, but especially when I look at today's society,
Yeah.
now more than ever, ndibanalanto uyenzani Mike ngoku?
Hayi, ufuna ubuye umva. Ufuna ubuye
Kamnandi
umva.
ngoku yiko.
Punky.
No, ndifuna ubuye umva, relax.
So no matter how much we can denigrate the
Oh,
institution,
igatile le mic.
It's a brand
okay,
new
on a
mic.
very serious note.
Okay.
But now more than ever, Sandy, it is a very vital
Yeah.
part and institution for a good society.
That is so true.
Look, kids are protected and I'm not talking about, you know, the West example, Yom Chat, but I'm talking about
In a
a
good-
godly
yes.
marriage. The kids are protected. You, both of Nobabin, individually protected. Your mental state is protected. Your health is protected. So each and every
also
part
generally
of
everything around you after that.
Exactly. So now, if it happens that we are not married, but we are in this relationship, and yes, you talked about the quote unquote need to have sex, because that's our society whereby we say we need to have sex. The relationship we are dating and the relationship is sexual. Okay. Now, kukhona la nto yoba asikho exclusive, akho mntu wamntu apha. Now I can go sleeping with that one and then come back and sleep with this one and then that one.
Because of the need
Oh,
to
my
have
boy.
sex.
No,
You pose the question.
No help. So you are not safe, and also emotionally, because let me tell you about after maybe
Yeah.
after maybe 3 years, I can say, you know what, I'm sick and tired.
It's so traumatizing.
Jikiwa
It's so
nguwe.
easy to leave.
That's
Like,
gonna leave a mark on you.
bro, you know,
So it's to live going to
Uchilo, you said something, wati, akolulu uhamba. Watu, and I know you can leave, nasemchatweni, but trust me, no married couple who's divorced now, trust me, they tried to fight for the marriage.
Oh.
They tried to.
Oh, so it's even harder.
It's even harder when you are married
than
because
to live than
yes,
to.
there's so much that you've invested, not just materialistic things where you have to split, but you've invested yourself. There's so much of you that you've given to this, so you really want to make it work. But in a relationship, you're just like, hey, are you not tired?
In
And
conclusion, marriage is.
it's a good institution.
You want to get married.
I do want to get married.
Brad Hobbs, you want to get married.
I just don't want kids. I don't see why. I don't see why I should have kids.
You don't want adoption.
Yeah, I think I already have kids, if I put it like that. My brother has kids for days, you know, and when I think about me parenting, I think about the kind of parent I would be to them. Already unzalele, that's what I believe. So ndizabangula makazi kanye udabawo ungumama yabo. So I don't want to have kids on my own because I don't see why I should have kids on my own. Whenever I think of the reasons why I want kids, they just don't make sense. Sometimes I think, ndizabani mali, ndizayishiyana bani imali yami, and I'm like, really? Is that a reason for me to bring an entire human being into the world simply because I feel like I should leave my things behind? Mdwini, what's that? It's just materialistic things. They can come and go. Why would I want to have kids? I'm trying to think of the reasons. None of them are strong enough for me to have kids.
What was the reason for her to have you?
My mom had me because she did the deed, but I was not supposed to be here. When my mom had me, she was like 40, turning 40. Yeah, but so already that tells you I was a mistake because generally uzalum dala is never advised even by the doctors because so I was not planned. Most of us are not planned anyways. Like most of us, we just happen as a result of having had sex and you're here and you can't abort or you don't want to abort, so boom, let me have the baby. You know, I think if we were planned and prepared for, the quality of our lives would have been better at most. Yeah, but so most of us are not planned, and I wouldn't want to have a kid unplanned. That's another thing. I don't think it's fair on myself because Kulisumdana is not child's play. It's not fair on myself to have a kid unplanned. It's not fair on the kid to, be had unplanned. So yeah, I don't know of any reasons that are valid and strong enough for me to bring a child into this world. And for that reason, I don't want to have kids, why do I want to have a child? Because I have money. Okay, I have enough money to support the child. Really, is that a good or valid enough reason?
I like the part about planning.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Yeah.
Because I think perhaps maybe one of it's a pipe dream, but I think perhaps maybe one of izinto that could help the black community to rise to a better position in life. It's that
family planning.
Family planning.
Family planning.
I think it's one of the things esingazifundisiyo yona because andifuna ukuthi asifundiswe because now resources they are all over. So blame abantu kude kubenen, but I think if we can teach ourselves about family planning, I think especially when you talk about black families, we already have a lot of responsibilities. Like you have abantwana
already.
Now imagine if we could just now family planning, and okay, family planning yakho as a black person
Extends, yeah.
nuclear family.
It extends beyond that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ukuhlala phansi and do a family planning. Okay, nje kukhona, let's say now you are married in the future and unalantu okay kukhona abantwana bakamalume. Okay, benala yolanta. I think it would really help us. But I do want to go back to you. Why was it about awufuna omnye? Uphelele kuzilo.
Hey, brato ngane. Sometimes, and the husband. Number one, ukuba nomntana kwani overwhelm in terms of uthando, yabo.
Kwaku?
Kwani overwhelm.
Okay.
In a way that I did not think that, I still do not think that if I could have a kid, another one, I would love him the same. I would love her
the same way.
The same way as her.
Can you put him for the second one?
I don't know if I would love that kid the same way as Dimtanda. And I don't know about Yena anga I don't know the reaction yake to another one when she sees that I'm no longer did this girl. Go call another one.
Yeah, imagine the relationship between daughters and fathers.
Yeah, bro. So, and like, I go quite necessary for him and ben umdana. Like, one labandu bakasayo, bonga bandu ngabantwana be siblings zam. Bona kubo mnandingo uncle okanye ngumtata omncinci. Yabo, diphile nabo. Life wam say shaped inclusive of born. So I do not, when I look at everyone at home, I do not think it is necessary to have another baby.
So Zubona as well, one actually.
Yeah.
You already have abanye.
Those ones are old enough to understand that this is my real kid. Abaz, I understand about, okay, so
I
can still assist in this.
See,
and this.
This family planning thing is a very important conversation because I'm looking at an uncle of mine. I don't know if they consciously planned for their family, but when you look at their children and just even as steps between abantwana babo, they were ready for all of those kids. When they had one child, they were ready to raise that one child. When they had two, uyabona manemeko, they moved in, njalo njalo. They were ready to have those kids. And you look at the quality of the life that they had. It is of people who wanted kids. They had kids when they were married. The quality of those kids, I mean, the quality of the life that they had was so great. And this is not to say that just because you've planned, there won't be hiccups along the way, but you will be better equipped because you knew what you were getting yourself into, you know. And as ifika nezo ngxaki, azizofika ungabi na plan B. Yayazi ba mna as umama andikwazi uyihandlisha lena ndiyisa kutata. Yabo, okanye if we can't do this, we do this. You look at them now. You know, just the way they've normalized therapy in the family.
What? Is that a black family?
It is a black family, bro. That's why I'm like, they plan for their children. Yabo, every hiccup they've had, even hiccups they've had born as parents with their children, there are ways to tackle it. Uyabo, yilando yokuba noba umntana yami ngenza ntoni. Ayobetheka uhamba phinda abuye ba nakwe ekhaya. They've got that foundation, you know. And when I look at it, I'm just like, that is a beautiful foundation. Like, they really plan for their children.
Have you ever heard abantu abamhlophe uvuka no, me and so are trying. Zandayiva loo nto kubantu abamnyama.
Unyanisile, no, I've never heard black family saying, yo, sizamela umntana. Uveske otuke kuthiwa hayi ke maka papa.
Baby shower.
Yeah, uveske kuthiwa ehamba ke. Kwenzekile bra. Kwenzekile bra. Unyanisile, that is so true. They go as far as going to these doctors and saying, singenza njani. Nalento buyithetha. Family planning, it allows for them to even plan not just for the whole, like, extended families, but to plan for a nuclear family, because they understand at a certain age, siyaqala uplan. If we're planning, then we move out of home. But we have our
Yeah,
own house.
yeah.
And immediately, kubakho,
Cut off.
he cut off about, okay, mama, you fend for yourself now. I've got a family of mine. You still are my family, but this is my
My
primary
family now.
focus.
Yeah, my
you know,
primary
we don't
focus.
have those privileges. So, yeah, let's family plan. I don't want kids. I want to get married, though. Yeah, I always wonder, am I going to get married to, like,
A guy or a girl?
definitely, hey, man, that's a tricky conversation with where I am right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a damn maniac.
Let's not get into it. Let's not get into it.
You could cancel it.
Little Tugisa.
Oh no, this is a personal one question. Like I trend
not a
situation.
podcast.
This is not a my life is not a cancel because I span load up. Yeah, well, this is me. This is my experiences. If you feel like they are not me and my experiences are not politically correct for you, I can't help you with that. This is my life. It's not a political
I think
statement.
we should say, but these views
Use
are
our own. Yeah, they're not for
They're not of electronic solution.
yeah,
they
yeah,
do
yeah.
not
Because
represent electronic
the crazy thing is
solutions.
that I've had that, bro. I've literally had London Jalo where I was sharing my experience and someone was like, don't do that to yourself because this and this, you're not. And I'm like, bro, this is my life. Like, why must Ubombam be curated to fit what is
Here's the
politically
thing,
correct?
ne?
If I feel like Ndikle phase Ebomin Bam and I'm like, am I bi, am I not bi? Like, why must it fit what, the world says?
That's the
Why
thing.
can't
How
it be
non-binary Subutin?
non-binary? Okay, you need. Oh, this is okay. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to be nice to you right now.
This for the abuse.
No, I was not gonna say that. I was gonna say it's in the word itself. Like
Non-binary, that means
that
no female, no male.
It-
You don't ascribe
it
to that
basically
idea.
means you neutral. Like
Neutral,
you're
yeah.
not. You don't ascribe to any boundaries or
Yeah.
any boxes or any not limitations in this case, but no boxes.
Yeah, limitations, basically, yeah,
Limitations.
yeah.
There's no limit.
There are no sexual
There's
and gender
there are no
limitations
gender,
for you.
sexual, boundaries or boxes that you take.
Let's
you are
go and
out of bounds.
Read you the
You are what you
dictionary
are.
meaning.
Yeah.
Non-binary is used to describe people who feel their gender cannot be defined within
Yeah.
the margins of gender
There's
binary.
no margin. That's the word.
Instead, they understand their gender in a way that goes beyond simply identifying it as a male or a female.
When you're
man or
non-binary,
a
you are
woman.
what you are. And I'm not saying this in a weird way. It just means you exist as a human being.
The answer was about when you
You can ask me. It's okay.
Oh,
I'm a female. I'm a female. Yeah. I don't. Yeah, I'm a female, bro. Like,
so kula okay kula LGBTQIA awukho wena.
that's not what non-binary means, by the way. I am. I think I'm. It's crazy. Sometimes I can't strongly say I am, but I also can't strongly say I'm not. I'm queer. Like, I don't know how
Can
to
I
put it.
ask you a question?
Lumke.
Okay.
This is not.
Don't you think, because I sometimes feel as if Lanto Yoku, I don't know how to put this, but that thing of putting a name and building a community around everything that we feel sometimes can build a box.
Yeah. That in itself is a box.
Exactly.
I was about to say, oh, Pratobs, I love you here. I love you in this podcast. I love you in this podcast. That's it. You've literally shared my experiences. Because I was about to say, when I have to tick a box in the spectrum, then I need to identify as that, and I need to conform to exactly what those boxes say I should be or say I am. While I understand those boxes are there to be an outline and to guide us, yabo, in the journey and, you know, in the spectrum, but it also, because we evolve as human beings, right? I wake up today, yesterday I liked girls. I wake up tomorrow, I don't like girls.
Don't like anyone.
I'm saying I woke up, yesterday I liked girls, but I wake up today and I don't like girls. What does that mean about me? And maybe my reason of not liking girls anymore is...
Cheating.
No, it's not cheating. Maybe it's a spiritual thing. I'll use Jackie Hill Perry. She was a lesbian for the longest of time. In fact, most of her life. And then she had a spiritual awakening. And she realized, no, man, I'm not into girls. I'm into guys. But there was something that
Pulling her this direction.
pulled me, that pulled her towards that direction. Yeah, but so it's I don't know. Yeah, but for example, I could say I'm a lesbian because I've dated girls and I've never dated a guy. But what if I wake up tomorrow and I date a guy and I date a guy and I turn, that guy turns out to be my husband and I get married and I never date again.
You have betrayed the LGBTQI.
Am I no longer? So I don't really know where I fit in that. Don't. I am an ally though, like that for sure. I am. If that's what you want to do, and you're a part of the community, let's go.
Okay, how does it feel talking about news?
It opens me up to the things that I'm saying. I actually,
Yeah.
You don't lose your train of thought.
I don't lose my train of thought, and
I like
interesting.
That. I like that. You know, the reason I've been bothered is because I feel as if it's not even a matter of feeling, but I was thinking of exactly what you said, Yokuba. Now, when there's a transition in your life, this same thing that is sort of like a community that is supposed to be there to help you now becomes like a prison cell for you, because now you're like, don't take a local bantuin and I identified as this. Now what do I do now? And now I'm coming out, or what's happening? And it's quite sad to see that, again, Klandubi Tete earlier on, Yokuba, when you have your life and with yourself being a TikTok influencer, you have to know that your life, it's not a force, but your life is kind of like expected to fit, to be politically correct. That's the word. Yeah. Now, the truth of the matter is that the people that were following you are going to question the transition or the change and the development if it's not politically correct. And that is what is happening in most cases. To such a point that is it really worth it going against the grid? Because
this is what I'm already known for. This is what I'm already known to be. And this goes beyond just like sexuality, but also how I present, how I look, right? I've had, if you knew me 5 years ago and you look at me now, I'm completely different, right? 5 years ago, I looked like a boy. I spoke like a boy. There were times I even said, there were times where I even said "exe" to my own mom. Like, even my mom did not recognize me. Like, we fought about the way I spoke. We fought about the way I was presented. Like, but the more I grow, it happens naturally. It's not even something that I'm conscious of until I look at my pictures. I'm like, there was a time where the fate in the car, like the blue full time. I didn't even own a dress. If there was a dress, I never wore it. Like, that was me at some point. But Ngoku, I'm completely different to that. So, and I've had people who tell me, yo, sister Adwena, you're a butch. And I'm like, I'm not that. Like, I am not that. Yes, there are mannerisms. Yes, there are things you could pick up and say they fit into that, but I'm not a stud. Do you get what I mean? I'm not a butch. I'm just me, and me changes and it evolves daily. Yeah, but just the other day I was laughing. I'm like, I really wanna try out ufakela, you know, and I messed around and said, go August, I'm gonna buy myself hair extensions and I'll do braids. Yeah, but it's gonna be a shocker to the people who looked at me and were like, stud, but I've never said I was a stud. I'm not a stud. I like dresses.
At least ubanikeza i-cushion ngokuba abantu bazibrace. Brace yourself.
You know, I also like dresses. Like I feel like, and husband, there's something about wearing a dress that makes you feel like. There's something about wearing a dress that just makes you feel like you've got superpowers, man. Like, you just feel like
so that's the voice.
You're the girl. You know, like there's something about wearing a dress and putting on makeup, because there was a time I put on makeup, bro. Like, and I fucking makeup, and I understood why girls feel the way they do when they have makeup, bro. Like, I was just
There's
like, I'm the girl I think I am.
Where he talks about high heels.
Yeah, bruh. I'm I felt like the girl I thought I was, and I wore a dress, and I was just like, Hinsizwa. There's a scene on like, what's this? Pearl Tuesday. Hinsizwa. Like, I really feel like I'm in my bag. I feel like I'm in my element. Even though, there's a reason as to why I stopped wearing dresses, you know, but I'm unlearning all of that, you know. It's like, and then you become insecure, but the more you grow and you're like, oh man, what? I look good when I'm
Can we also talk about that, but maybe it's not a conversation for this podcast.
What?
Or maybe for today's episode.
Okay.
Like, you are unlearning izinto or till I find out that were instilled in you by people.
Yeah.
I do think that bakhona abantu who transitioned, not because they wanted to, but because they felt as if it's a community that will accept them. Because let's say,
or that's the community they feel, not necessarily that will accept them. That's the community they feel like they belong.
They fit in, because everyone is looking for a sense of belonging. So let's say, Mhlambi, I'm going to make an example about myself. There's something that you said earlier on, I've never presented as like,
yes.
So, and to such a point that there was a point in time growing up, because I've never even liked sports for some reason. I've never been a sport and understand cricket and tennis.
Also played cricket.
Now the kulelo kshina zikho zonke zonto ezo, ndlali rugby, ndlali ntoni.
Soccer.
Manqindi.
Ndlali manqindi ntoni.
Soccer namanqindi.
So xa kuthethwa ngebhola ndanoba kubethwa baphi. So I'm thinking about ndanokubethwa baphi ndazuvuyana ubhungu lapha nje ekhaya.
Awuyazi bakubethwa baphi njani kodwa kubethwa.
That almost went over my head.
Wow. So basic.
I'm just thinking that if perhaps maybe bendikhule in today's era, perhaps maybe wouldn't I have transitioned and say I fall into the LGBTQI community? I don't fit in, man. Namajita maninzi athetha ngesoka nentontoni, and you know yonke laa nto le ndiphele ndiqomba hayi man, I think degrading up, because I think there is also that sense, that need of constantly identifying with something. But I was like, I'm a guy, like. Everybody can understand this. So I think we also need to talk about that. So sometimes they say, get out of the closet.
Yeah.
You know, but this is just who I am.
Okay.
You
know?
But okay. So because now we are on 110, I just wonder, I think we are left with 5 minutes or so. I just wanted to ask, I was going to ask about multi-dating, because there's a video of this girl,
Yeah, no, I don't love.
Yeah, I'm
It's a nice way of saying I'm cheating. I'm kidding.
Yeah, that's too gay sound. That's why I'm following Nancy. But I will eventually get to that point of saying fuck everyone when it comes to podcasting. Bando yiku theater because no yiku cancellation. Kaloku ndidinga subscribers. Ndidinga
Also,
subscribers.
I don't.
But I don't
There's a
subscribe
notion
to that
around
idea.
podcasting that I
Idea.
feel like, is getting thrown around. People like to say podcasts are for like nekube raw with podcasts. Uyabo, nekube raw, and it's been made to seem like being raw is
Rude.
it's being made to feel like being raw is being rude. You
Yeah, they know
know?
there's
So
a
even if
very-
you would say something that you'd share a view that you would say on radio. On radio, you wouldn't be cancelled for saying that view, but because you said it in a podcast, ingathi ngoku, controversial simply because it was said in a
podcast.
informal
Yeah,
setting, you know,
yeah.
and I don't like that. Yeah, but now in Jambu City, I'll just F everyone. It feels like you're feeding into Landio ba yo hayaban be podcasting yan. But into is controversial. Look, but
No, I'd
is
rather, that's why I said I don't subscribe to that, because I'd rather have you just be yourself.
Yeah.
So that, because
Yeah.
the people now who are going to come on board and then Batibane a different version who's going to say F everybody else at that time, they're going to feel betrayed now, and they might even end up leaving and all of that, whatever that may happen. Let's rather have the community of people who say, oh, actually, no, I get where they're coming from. I understand them. Oh, I know this is the type of person that he is. Okay, cool.
I wanted to ask on you, and then also you, and then we can close this. So you're living, so I'm gonna ask you, what are you music? What are you listening to? On series, what are you watching, or movies? Just as on those three, without going extensive.
Sorry to disappoint you on the first one. Musically, at the moment, I'm not listening to anything. I haven't consumed music in close to, it's going to be the second week now. I've intentionally decided to stop listening to music. Why? No, music induces or rather introduces new feelings to me. Like, I'll listen to music, noba bengafilishi a certain way, I'll feel a certain way.
that.
Like ingati uyandipusha to feel constantly, and I want to feel my emotions based on how I feel my emotions as I experience things and I experience life, not to feel emotions based on what the song made me feel or, you know, how the song made me feel. So I want to experience my emotions and my life for me at the moment. I'm not saying I'm not going to listen to music later, but Apple Music and mpatelanga and deletile grinding out. Mr. I'm watching The Witcher, but again, I'm not consuming a lot of that. It's only for when I've ran out of content on YouTube.
Also.
Yeah, but I'm watching a lot of sermons though. Yeah, instead of a series, I'm watching sermons. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to come back to you shortly. What are you listening to in the music?
Of course, I'm listening to a lot of music. Well, there's one song that's currently rotating on my playlist. Mhlatshelo by Once More Six. Yeah, that's currently one of my favorite songs. So I've been listening to a lot of Once More Six music. What was the other question?
Series.
Series? No, there's no series that I'm. Oh, on YouTube, I'm currently going through we actually spoke about this.
Oh, Jordan Peterson.
Peterson Exodus series. Yeah. Movie. I'm looking forward to watching. I haven't watched John Wick, and people, please, no bloopers and spoilers. Yeah, no spoilers. I'm looking forward to watching Fast X finally. Yeah. So yeah, that's where I am.
Can I just share something?
I've watched
Two.
both of them.
Okay.
I don't know. So with me, sounds like a selfish suggestion, but I just thought of something. Because you're talking about new movies. There's a movie that everyone was just talking about, Barbie and Oppenheimer. Apparently, those are really fire movies, and they sold out. Cinemas worldwide, even Hemingway's Yembala, it sold out on the first day of screening. Like,
Like,
yeah, bored because it was packed.
Mbala. Come say Mbala, what do they mean?
come on.
Because there are like better cinemas in South Africa that are more expensive also.
But
Yeah,
Hemingway's is the only one in this.
the Chokaloke Yembala still doesn't make it any less of Imbala.
PE.
Yeah, it doesn't make it any less of Imbala. But my suggestion was, I don't know, man. I really miss the art of like,
By scope.
yes.
I was actually chatting
Like,
with
can we
NayFul.
do that? We were like, yazi don genyanga or kakpumelo movie nights. We'll actually go so bukeli movie a cinema for the experience. Popcorn I find ka uyitendlini ka uyiche cinema.
I was not even saying a sin. I was saying let's do it here.
We can do that.
Let's do it here. Watch a movie. Choose.
No, we will
Have a nice
we will
one.
create movies for ourselves. We won't screen any movies. We don't do that. Yeah, come on. We're not licensed, but movies, yeah.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
How
And I want to
will
leave a
stream-
recommendation to people.
Okay.
There's a beautiful series, especially if you're a Christian. In fact, it's more especially if you're not a Christian. It's called the Bible, ne?
Where is it? Netflix.
It's on Netflix. No, yes, it's on Netflix, but they also have their own app. Oh God, it's.
Are you watching it from the app?
Yes.
Oh, you're very
It's
advanced.
called The Chosen.
You
Yeah,
are
I'm
very
saying the Bible now.
advanced.
It's
I
called
don't
The
want to
Chosen.
lie you.
They know, yes.
Yes.
Uyas ukafika kuleya asemanzini lamnalo semanzini athi ucala amanzi because
No.
ke nabona iclip yayo
Oh, okay, ayibona ne?
iclip ku thingy ku Facebook fika ucala amanzi kuba nyamalale pha ahambe thetha lamnalo pha eariyeni ba ndithwele nendoda pha.
There you go with your voices.
ungena uphahla phini ndibene nendoda
Madlamini ndibene nendoda.
inqalele yonke into unelwimi unelwimi umfana kodwa ke ndicinga uba masambe ndisipha kuye.
Mamela bawuthini na? It's a nice one.
Okay, yeah. I didn't buzanga, but it's fine.
I did it intentionally because when we kept quiet, I wanted to ask, but Kenda, we don't want to know. It's okay. You don't have to tell us.
What are you
wanna-
watching?
I don't. Does it kabila man bembukela hijack uphelile ngolesithathu last week. Another one beku Jack Ryan, not Jack Ryan uphelile, full uphelile.
Jack Ryan, the latest one.
Yeah,
I haven't
uphelile.
watched it yet. Okay.
I was ukibukela and the short no not because the short so 2 is and then another one when mzama no Love and Death but and this time is always nje. So now I'm not looking forward to anything.
Music wise?
I just downloaded to Reason Low TDE Porches. Yeah. So on the next episode I want to tell you about it. So I want us to go to music. Yeah, because if you're able la intro, it's culture, relationship, entertainment, music. Yeah,
You want us to touch base on music.
From a
Yeah,
rapper's
let's do it.
perspective.
Yeah.
Wow.
So now I'll
Stay
have
this
okay.
thing.
I will. So now I'll have to like listen to music, but for the sake of the
for the
podcast.
sake, to be able, because I want us to review the pick and their favorite tracks
Guys.
so that the people in that are around can just give us their music, we listen to it, we discuss, favorite song.
It's hard listening to music going through a breakup, especially like love songs. Or like, hey guys, I
You
don't
should
know.
listen to Sam Smith. Sam Smith has
Oh!
the best songs. Yeah.
Monday. You done it.
Listening to music when you're going through a breakup, like uzawuthi ingoma ekhala ubungafili man bra. Uthi, I've got better dreams when I get kum kum. Inhliziyo ithi kum kum. Ipain ithi kum kum. You are.
But yeah, man, it's been 120 ngoku.
But right.
Yeah. What do you want to?
I just want to ask for people's recommendations as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, recommend like really good movies.
You come out, okay, I have some time to kill. I'm gonna go Netflix, and you're like,
Oh.
and you scroll for 5 minutes till you give up and go watch YouTube.
Fatal Seduction.
I finished it.
Very
And
long.
sorry. Yeah. And another thing about like when you're trying to scout for a movie on Netflix, uzawufunda that description. It's not as enticing.
Yeah,
Exactly. You missed out on a nice movie. Like there's a series I was watching, Goku Dynasty. When I checked it out at first, I was like, not worth my time. And then I saw it play. I was like, whoa, this is actually good stuff. Let me check it out. So
La movie, la series, I would love Bridgerton.
I watched Bridgerton. Did you watch Greenleaf as a Christian? Netflix. Hop on it. It's about Oprah Winfrey is one of the executive producers. It's about a black Christian family. Tata was a bishop, right? They all grew up in the church, and it just really unpacks what it means to the experience of black Christian families, right? Obviously, it's not like, a linear experience, but it's very interesting because it touched bases on a lot of Netflix. It touched bases on a lot of elements that I think are very important where Christianity is concerned, and now it makes you question a lot of things about just like people in the church and how you could do better as a Christian. It's like a mirror.
Yeah, ne?
Okay, for me, maybe for some other Christians it may not, because some Christians are very in their faith. So it's a very interesting series. Greenleaf, check it out. And it has some of the best actors. Like Lynn Whitfield. Yeah, there's this lady who's Lynn Whitfield, Ufana no Angela Bassett, Satan Bapikanisa. She's
That's
always
one of my favorite actors, by the way, yeah.
Angela.
Bassett,
She's iconic. She's everyone's favorite actor. But yeah, man, do you think we could have like, I don't know, I enjoyed this episode because we had written down a lot of topics, but we didn't touch almost any of them. Maybe having like a segment where, not necessarily a segment, but we have 2 different podcasts. Not like 2, it's the same, but we have got like YouTube and then we've got audio.
Oh,
right?
So that play music.
Yes. So that
and
audio.
And the audio is gonna be premium.
Yes.
For the players.
Yes.
Oh,
it's like for audio.
For the players.
For example, there's this. It's balanced. When people are watching us, they need to watch us. We're funny. We need to accommodate. That can be entertain when they are watching. But when you're listening, you're listening to learn. And I think there are so many gems that we throw in. And sometimes it's bounding the humor because we don't want to lose you guys. But for audio podcast, we can just go in.
Much more accommodating.
Yes,
yeah,
we can just go in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
Not cut our conversations.
Oh, okay.
Oh, by the way, that's thing that I wanted to say, Mrs. Kelly, your gut up.
Yeah. Ish, guys.
And we just review, like seriously, if you're someone who can be a peg, just review your food. There are many nice cooking places around Mdantsane, and Novus Pateleka one episode day one, that episode will remain on the internet forever.
Some grills, some grills. Lisa, Lisa,
we don't want to exploit people, but
okay, sure.
If people want to come through, that's beautiful.
Final word, last whatever, but it must not be more than 10 words.
Take a leap of faith. It's always worth it. Up until next time, go serve your king.
Defy, disrupt, disobey. Just do you, man. The world will adjust. Take it easy on yourself. Tread softly. Don't laugh too much. Love too much. Kidding.
Incwadi kakumkani uEliya udibana nomhlolokazi.
That's more than 10 words. Thank you. Cut.
But okay, yeah. Otherwise uthi phayana sisesishekelwe ngolomgubu umngaka kutsho lento umhlolokazi uElia masesishekelwe ngolomgubu umngaka sizotya nonyana wam sife Elia wathi sapha lomgubo kandibe lomgubo nami nditye kodwa uyabona but yeah, okay, sorry.
Don't do that. Don't do that. At the end of the podcast.
But no, man, I love that verse because we'll talk about it. Audio. We'll talk about audio ne nabantu abakholwayo abakhonzayo we'll have content for them. So when there's this thing after that we will.
There's a lot that is coming.
A lot is coming. Please subscribe.
A lot must come, guys.
But I think we could take the audio, put it on YouTube, kubantu abangenayo Spotify, but it's audio electronic solution. Yeah. This has been the NayFul podcast.
Audio electronic solutions on YouTube.
Yeah, Spotify is a background.